been so long since we've done this. Back in my day.
Back in my day. Let me turn this. Oh shite! That was my bad. Oh no, I did a thing.
You did a thing? How dare you?
Yeah.
Gosh. Alright. Are ya ready, kids?
Eh.
I can't hear you.
Ah!
Oh. Okay, here we go.
SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Alright.
Hang on, I'm gonna. Hey, can you see why we're on Discord?
Her cam might be off because she has to open Roll20 on the same thing, so.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
All good,
I'm
all
sorry.
good. We're like, gosh, Angel. Alright, Alright, here we go. So, bear with me here, because we have 30 chapters to recap this person on.
Oh yeah.
But, alright, here we go. Welcome back to the Whisper of Windsor D&D campaign. Last time we left off, we saw our intrepid heroes literally make their way through the Nine Hells of Bator in search of King Zelura, literally Satan, Lyra's father, after finding out the truth about her dear brother Xander in the continent of Tal'Dorei. You made your way, through the first two circles. After fighting Cerberus, he allowed you to pass the gate, and you descended with assistance from Karen, down to the second circle, the city of Dis. And as you arrived, you heard a voice telling you your father is dead. You chose not to believe it, found a place to rest inside of a tavern. Challenged a tavern waitress to a duel. Happily accepted the results of it. Had a dream with an ancient wizard named Karsus. Saltos crossed him and was meteor swarmed for his trouble. Hilera went to purchase some potions, and as she went back up to hand him said potions, she saw her sister Fyra holding Saltos by the neck very roughly and holding a firebolt in her free hand, and telling her not to move. That is where we last left off. That's an awesome hoodie. I never said that.
Thank you. It's even more awesome on the back. I'll show you after the session.
Hell yeah. Alright. Shit. It's been so long, I don't remember any of this.
What even is a perception check? Also, does this have anything to do with the test that we did last time?
No, it's a completely different story. Oh god, why isn't this... Come on. Come on, mouse. You can do it, Mickey. Oh my god, it can't. It literally can't.
You named your mouse.
It literally can't. My mouse is
The
having
simplest jokes. The simplest jokes just make me laugh, I swear.
My mouse is having a seizure. Anyone know how to treat a mouse?
Like, am I the only one who just pictured a mouse just like rolling around?
Gosh. This is gonna take like friggin' 10 minutes. Because it doesn't want to. It's gonna take like half the session. Please. It's not even this one. Oh my god.
It's the city of Dis.
It's this city. Alright, here we are. Oh god. Alright.
Oh.
Alright. So, Hilera, you see Saltos laying there on the bed, and you see your sister holding him by the neck. She says, "Don't move. I found out the truth, and you need to explain yourself."
What do you mean? What are you doing? Let go of him.
Look me in my eyes and say that you didn't kill Father.
I didn't kill Father. What makes you think I would ever do that?
Could you be so stupid? I was delivered this news by the Prince of the Seventh, Asmodeus. That's why I disappeared, because I was angry. So what have you to say for yourself?
So you believe Asmodeus? Of all people, you believe him?
Why wouldn't I? Give me one good reason not to.
This isn't you. What? Who are you?
I'm the same person I've always been. But
You
apparently...
clearly aren't. Because my sister would understand, and my sister knows how much I love Father.
Truly? You truly love him? After he
Yes.
sent you off to find yourself? On some boundless quest? Of course I don't
You
think...
knew of all people. You knew of all people why I had to do that, and you know, like, you clearly, yeah, you definitely on her. Now step away from him.
She
I don't want to fight you.
grabs him and kind of pulls him up by his shirt and pulls the firebolt kind of
Let him go.
Eye for an eye. We're gonna come back to that in 1 second.
Oh,
All right, Lyra, how you holding up?
Okay, I think.
All right.
I have a vague idea of what's going on.
Oh shit! 1 second. Yeah.
you. I need to stop dropping this on the table like that. Wait. 1 second. Payback.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Lol.
My mom decided this was a great time to go through my room.
Okay. That's an interesting thing
Yeah.
to do.
I went to get snack.
Oh, all good then. All right. Lyra, you recall for certain that after a nice kind of dinner, you went to bed and were expecting kind of a dream-filled night. However, after some time of just waiting around in this cold, dark abyss of sleep, you open your eyes and you find yourself in what seems to be some sort of strange kind of wooden doctor's office. You see a staircase behind you that ascends about like 45 feet to this locked door. You're sitting on this bench and you look around and you see kind of dragonborns and elves and tieflings just walking around, and you don't recognize this place. What do you do?
Well, this is certainly not any place I've ever been to before. I say to myself.
Okay. You see this kind of 10-foot tall orc that kind of brushes past you and says, I'm trying to get past. Just move out of my way, please.
I obediently step out of the way,
All right.
awestruck at the creature. I have seen dwarves and elves before, but I think this is the first time I've ever seen an orc. I think to myself.
All right. You see just a little goblin, excuse me, sitting maybe 5 feet to your right in a chair, strumming on a lute and kind of humming a simple tune to himself. You look down and you see that he's kind of like crossing his legs and clearly letting his toes show. He hasn't clipped his toenails in weeks, and so they've just become like they've started looking like wood. Just looks up towards you and gives you a nod. But eventually, you hear your name from like 20, 25 feet away from you, beyond this wooden door. It says, "Is there a Crystalina in the premises?"
My head whirls around as I look for the sound, as I look for the face that uttered my alias, or Elias, I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
All right. And eventually you see the door opens and reveals this creature. As he steps forward, you see he has this purple skin, this kind of back of the neck length white hair, pointy ears, just in some elaborate noble clothing as he speaks. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, I think. I just have no idea where I am.
My apologies. I should have formally introduced you. First of all, my name is Lord Isenzo. It's nice to be in the presence of another Dreamwalker.
Oh, you're a dreamer? Or a dream traveler?
There are many names for it, but the powers are the same, yes. As you see, many of these people are just like you. We call this place the Hub, and don't take that out of context. The Traveler's Hub. It's
Whoa.
where people like us come to rest our weary heads, and where sometimes quests are given out by noblemen like myself. Speaking of which, I would like to have a word with you in my office, if you don't mind.
I suppose that's all right.
Right.
I decide to follow in.
All right. He leads you to this kind of personal, still wooden aesthetic chamber. You see there's a fireplace that's crackling, and you see this kind of long desk, just pretty much a a personal office, lacking a computer because it's medieval, but he kind of sits and puts his finger on his cheek as such. I wanted to ask of you a favor, sort of. I guess the best word for it would be a quest, yes.
Okay. Well, what is this quest that you would like me to do?
There once was an elf that looked exactly like myself. His name was Zephon. He was my brother. And one day, he learned to harness the powers of walking inside of dreams. One day he strayed too far, and I believe him to be lost. Not simply physically lost, but lost in his own moral code. You see, Zephon is almost exactly like you. Once long ago, he trained at a monastery known as the Eternal Balance. They trained him to use the 4 elements in battle. He exceeded in his studies and kept the fact that he was a dream traveler secret from everyone. But, like I said, he strayed too far one day, and I know not his location. But if you could find him and bring him back to me, that would put me forever near death.
I suppose I could certainly try. I cannot promise that I will be successful, but since I am here, I can only assume that my dream powers have led me to you. So I shall take upon the quest and do my best to find your brother.
Thank you.
He looks exactly like you say?
Yes, exactly like myself.
Are you twins, if I may ask?
You would be correct in this assumption.
Interesting.
And
You'd be the second pair of twins I've ever met. The first one being in my waking reality life, if I may call it that.
strange. You don't come across them very often, but when you do, it's always fun. And he kind of...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the only dream travelers in this pub, I guess you could say, that comes from a reality where all of this, you could say, doesn't exist. Or most people think it doesn't exist, anyway.
They're strange creatures and uninitiated ones at best. A few more things, and he kind of straightens up a stack of papers and sets them down on the desk. First of all, I have decided the best course of action for you. You see,
Okay.
there's this group of adventurers. They are chasing down a dark god called the Chained Oblivion. I believe my brother also wishes to take down this dark god. And so, I want you to join them and see if you can't find a lead. A more important thing is that they're also currently in hell, so I would understand if it's not the most comfortable environment for you to be in. But the place that they originate from is called Exandria, the continent of Wildmount.
Okay. Well, I accept, nonetheless. The fact that they are in such a place does seem a bit unsettling, but I'm still alive, and I've gone through a lot, so I suppose I accept.
Right. Thank you. One final thing before you go. I know it's getting a bit annoying, but I do have to equip you with the right equipment. And he pulls out this drawer underneath his desk. Oh, excuse me, saliva. He pulls out this staff that seems to start that how do I explain this? It has this elaborate kind of wood that travels up and down, kind of like a human spine. And it eventually at the top begins to peak and look more like a tree. And you see at the top, it kind of looks bulbous and has these leaves that grow. As he says, this was created by Xiphon. It's formerly called the Staff of Harmony. And I wanted you to have it. You may use it, but...
Me?
Yes.
But it's your brother's staff, isn't it? Wouldn't you prefer to keep it?
First of all, I respect your strength on the battlefield and commend you for having such bravery. And secondly, I never said that it was yours to keep. When you find him, if you find him, I want you to return it to him.
I will gladly do so.
Right, well, as he extends his arms and snaps, and at his left you can see this 5-foot rectangle that seems to have this kind of spiraling white behind it. And you see 2 tieflings fighting it out. One has a younger boy in her hands and is pulling a firebolt closer. The other one is kind of telling her to put the boy down, as he says, "Oh, it looks like they're in a bit of a pickle. Good luck, and try to survive."
Well, it was very nice to meet you. I hope that I can be successful in finding your brother and returning his staff. And I will do my best to stay alive.
I have no doubt you will.
Thank you.
He nods, and you head towards the rectangle, yeah? Alright,
Is this like a portal thing?
it is. As you get closer to it, you feel your body get sucked in as it becomes enveloped in this white mass. We cut back to Hilera and Fyra in the tavern as she speaks. "An eye for an eye, sister.
Put him down.
Or what?"
Don't make me hurt you.
"You wouldn't dare. That's not the sister I know, after all."
And you're not the sister that I knew.
So, quick question.
Mhm.
Do I know Hilera from the last D&D session, or is this like my first time meeting her?
You know her. You've worked
Can't
with her.
you, like,
Canonically, you do know her, but you don't know her like whole backstory.
Okay, but do I recognize her, or is this my first time seeing
I guess
Hilera?
this is like a new universe. I guess you met Hilera in that one tutorial universe. So like I guess you do know her, but you don't know this version of her.
Right.
You know the
Okay, so I would
Yeah.
remember, but not
Yeah.
necessarily.
I wouldn't. Yeah,
Mhm.
I wouldn't
Okay.
know who you are, but you would know who I am.
Okay.
At least that's how I think it would be, right?
As you see, suddenly, Hilera, roll me a perception check.
That one thing I'm bad at.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you know this. You know this. Speaking of which, I need to go back to my chat. Okay, there we go.
All
Okay, you know what?
It's pretty good.
Wyra's giving me good luck, that's why.
You see, as you're fighting with your sister, you see this crackle in the sky. Seems to be lightning kind of erupting as if from a volcano, which is a bit strange, but you see that some white mass seems to be dropping from this hellish sky onto the ground, maybe 5 feet outside, or 5 to 10 feet outside of the tavern, and forming into a person. And Fyra looks over and goes, "Shit." She shoves Seltos onto the bed, and she casts something on herself, opens the window and looks back towards you. "Listen, this isn't over." She takes off and flies away.
Can I follow her?
Sure.
I have my wings to flying. I
You
spread my wings and fly.
Alright. and make your way out of the window. And you look up and you see Fyra has disappeared. Wyra, you've just seen two tieflings, one chasing after the other. You saw the one that was being chased kind of seem to hit the quote-unquote ceiling and then just disappear. And then the other one comes out looking around confused.
Whoa. I gotta say, that is the very first time I have materialized into a world through lightning. Normally, I just fall from the sky and hope that someone catches me. So, that's nice for a change. What
Alright,
just happened?
Well, first she's gonna come down and she's gonna like, you know, she hasn't noticed you yet, so she's just gonna come down and start going over to Salvos and
Alright.
seeing if he's okay.
Roll me a medicine check.
Oh, medicine check. I've never rolled one of those. Okay. So you have to like. Where is it? Hang on. There it is. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly why I don't roll medicine checks. Yep.
You feel his heart beating. You know,
Okay, at least that's good.
Very much still singed from the meteor swarm, but living.
Okay. I'm gonna take one of the potions that I got, and I'm gonna feed it to him.
All right.
Well, like, how would you say feed it, Lance? Because you know it is liquid, so like, give it to him. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Titty milk. Okay, so
Whoa!
okay. We see Wyra as you are kind of standing outside of the tavern and looking up at the quote-unquote ceiling in awe. You see this tan-skinned woman with kind of back of the neck length black hair, very traditional adventuring garb that seems to be golden yellow and seems to sheen. She carries this staff and almost kind of uses it as a walking cane. It seems to spiral at the very top. And it's made of wood. As she walks over, you can hear like the loud clanks of her boots as she arrives. Afternoon. Do you know anything about that? That just happened above us?
I do not know anything that just happened above us. I am extremely confused. Wait a minute. Hilera?
Do you know her?
I thought I did. Maybe. I may have met her somewhere else, but I cannot confirm. Because nothing is usually as it seems when I come back to these places. May I ask who you are?
Of course. My name is Mira. And,
Well, nice to meet you, Mira.
Nice to meet you
I
as well.
suppose.
What's yours?
I go by Crystalina Star.
Nice to make your acquaintance.
I'm a dreamer.
A dreamer?
Well, oh, never mind. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I interrupted.
You're fine. That's not a name I've heard in quite a while.
Well, it's quite interesting to meet someone that actually knows what a dreamer is, because all the other times I've traveled, no one has a clue. So it's nice to meet you for a change.
Yes, there have been many like yourself in the history of Exandria, but never met one in person. Listen, we should probably go check out what that was.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Alright. Hilaria, you hear this loud metal clanking of boots, followed by another individual. As they make their way up the stairs, they sound like they're headed for you. What do you do?
I'm gonna take Salthos and I'm gonna go out of the hole that Fyra made.
Alright. Crystalina, just as you and Mira arrive at the doorway, you see tiefling kind of being protective of a scarred-looking boy just at the window.
I rush over to see if that boy is okay and stare wondrously at the tiefling as I have no idea what it is.
We flew.
Both of you make me dexterity checks to see who's faster.
Okay, let's see how
You're
to
probably
do
gonna be
that.
faster because I always fail at dexterity checks. Oh wait, saving throws are. Oh, okay. Here, I'll do it.
I think it's the same modifier, actually. So,
So the picture of the elf will not leave my screen.
Oh, you just click on the X in the top right.
yeah.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So just
So now I have to try and figure out how to do the dexterity check.
find your little character sheet. Wow, that's really good roll.
I'm trying to click on the newspaper.
Uh,
Oh, now I'm clicking on me. Okay, there we go.
and
Character
then
sheet.
yeah, and then click dexterity on the far left, like the big word. Oh
That
my!
one?
Holy!
Just barely. As soon as I make a good roll.
All right.
Oh, damn.
So,
Also, you can double click the name on top of your character sheet to collapse into like a smaller transparent bar.
Okay. I think, yeah, you told me that last time. Thank you.
all right.
Just making sure. Sorry.
Crystalina, you make your way, run over to Hilera and Salthos just as Hilera is about to get out of the window. You make it right over, like you're about to like collapse into her. You're quite a lot faster than her.
So I catch Hilera?
If you would like to, you can like catch her by the foot.
Okay, so I rush over
Hmm.
and I grab a hold of Hilera's foot and
Okay.
prevent
What the hell
her
are you
from
doing?
leaving with my strength.
Okay. Hilera, you
What the hell are you doing? Let me go.
Not sure if you recognize me, but hi, I'm Crystalina. I believe we've met before.
No, I
Also,
haven't
why
met
are
you. And
running
plus,
away?
I don't have time to explain. Where did she go?
She's gone. She disappeared, if you mean the person that was just here.
God damn it. Well, you mind letting go of my foot? I need to take him to like a doctor or something.
Mind if we go together? I have a feeling that I'm supposed to be going with you.
Who are you anyway?
Well, my name's Crystalina. I thought we had met before, but I believe, since you do not recognize who I am, that was in a different dimension. So, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Crystalina Starr. I'm a dream traveler.
A dream what?
A dream traveler. That means I can go anywhere I want as long as I'm dreaming, which I am now so doing. That doesn't mean that this world is not real. That just simply means that I am dreaming in order to be here.
Okay. That doesn't make any sense, but anyways.
Yeah, it doesn't usually, but that's fine.
I set him near the bed.
Alright. As Mira walks over and just kind of makes sure to make eye contact with you as she brings a hand closer to his forehead, excuse me. You see this blue light emit from her fingertips. His forehead's quite warm. Has he a sickness or something?
No, he was burned. Well, as you see, but he was burned in an odd, very weird coincidence, a dream we had last night.
Oh.
Strange.
Yeah, those realish dreams are not fun, especially if dangerous things happen in them. I remember having a few. Those were scary times.
Okay, out of character really quickly, who was that person that we talked to last session
His name was
in the dream?
Karsus.
Carsus. I was thinking of Cassius. Well, if you all happen to know a person named Carsus, I have to think about it there, then I'll be glad to, hear about who he is and where to find him.
Well, I personally do not know who this Karsus is, as I have just arrived in this world, but I will be glad to try and help you find him.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, is he, okay, here, out of character, did the potion do anything to him?
It granted him some HP, yes, and you see there's less burn marks all over his body now.
So, I'm just gonna collapse not beside the bed, and I'm just gonna, collapse onto the floor and just,
Alright.
Just sleep. Because this morning has been hectic.
It has.
First, yeah, got burned, saw the sister, then she tried to kill dude. So she
Seems like you've
passes
had
out
a
on the
rough
floor.
morning.
She fainted.
Okay.
And Mira says, right, the boy should be fine. In a few hours, rest is usually the best way to recover, so he should be alright.
Okay,
Good.
well, I suppose we should let them sleep.
Right.
Not really sure what to do now, but I'm supposed to be finding someone with a group. And I'm not sure how to find this group. I believe it might be you guys. Would you guys happen to be in search of a god?
She's still fainted. You want me to wake her up?
What isn't there like? Oh, okay, I see.
She's.
So the other person has nothing to do with the group.
He's a player,
Mira.
he's
No,
just not here.
Yeah. Also, yeah, and he's probably sleeping as well. Is he?
You see him kind
So
of...
is everyone sleeping right now? Am I like the only person awake? or-
The boy is seeming to wake up. He's not moving, clearly because he's very damaged, but he's awake.
Okay. I sit down near the boy,
Alright. And
just being there with him.
Alright. And Mira says, well, I should give you guys some privacy. And she kind of leaves. The boy looks over. And who are you? I don't think we've met.
I don't believe we have. I go by Crystalina Star. Nice to meet you.
Very
Are
meekly,
you okay?
meekly extends a hand. Less than okay, but I can't really complain. My name's Saltos. It's very nice to make your acquaintance.
It's nice to meet your acquaintance as well. I have a question.
Shoot.
Would you happen to be in search of a god?
Depends on... Well, we are, but... Why?
Well, this elf person, whose name I have unfortunately forgotten, has sent me to try and find his brother, who he believes is in search of the god that you guys are in search of, so I'm supposed to join you.
Oh. Yes, the god's name is Tharizdun. He's held by multiple sets of divine shackles at the very bottom of the abyss. And we think he wants to free himself to make a new world in his
Well,
image. Which sounds like a lot of
that
fun.
never ends well. Are you trying to stop him, or what's your goal? What are you going to do once you find this god?
Well, hopefully kill him, stop him, eliminate him. Truly, we were told that we should never kill a god because it ruins the cycle of divinity, and things will just go out of whack, but we want to keep him from destroying the universe, because he has a long history with the good forces of the universe and might get really angry if he gets the opportunity.
Okay, well, I'm not really sure what I want to do about that, but I shall accompany you if you shall so allow me to.
Of course.
And I will hope that I find this elf's brother.
Oh. Yeah, kill two birds with one stone, why not?
Yeah, and I'll try and help you as much as I can along the way. Although my powers can be quite unpredictable at times, they seem to shift and change depending on where I am. So,
Well, any help we can get we'll take. So, thank you.
yes, I suppose you're welcome, and thank you for allowing me to accompany you.
Sure. Angel, I'm about to do a Stamos impression.
Oh my god.
As the boy on the bed goes, there is one more member of our group that I think you should meet. His name is Stamos. He looks kind of like Hilera, but purple. And as
Okay.
you look over towards the doorway, and you see exactly what he was saying. This purple-skinned, half-devil, half-human, a very small horn. You see this tiny snake is wrapped around a broken horn, and is wearing some very clean, very sleek black adventurer's garb. Here we go.
I'll post pictures in the Discord for you to see after the session.
For sure. He goes, "Hi, sorry, I got lost on the way. Oh, who's this?"
Hi. I'm Crystalina Starr. I believe that's the fifth time I've introduced myself. I'm a dreamer, and this nice young gentleman who I have just talked to has allowed me to join you in your group, if not even temporarily. If only even temporarily.
Well, I don't see why not. The more the merrier, but I do have one question.
Okay. Ask away.
More like a couple questions. Are you evil?
Not that I can tell.
Okay. Second and final question. Are you a fan of pickles?
A fan of who?
Pickles. On anything.
I do not believe
God.
I know who this person is. So no.
Just pickles as a food item in general.
Oh, pickles! I love pickles. Yes,
Oh my
pickles are my favorite food. I gulp them down by the handful, and I love drinking the juice.
We are gonna
Oh, no.
get along so good. Oh my god.
Woohoo! Finally, someone else that loves pickles. I go over and high five whoever this man is.
You high five as he speaks. I never said my name, sorry. My name's Stamos.
Hi, Stamos. How do you spell your name?
S-T-A.
Like John Stamos.
M-O-S, yes.
Well, nice to meet you, Stamos. I believe we're going to get around quite well with each other.
Yes. Any pickle fan is a friend of mine, automatically. Right.
May I ask why you like pickles so much?
Well, recently, I don't know, I've just kind of gotten back into... There was a rough patch in my life where I didn't like pickles, but I recently started liking them again for whatever reason.
Well, pickles certainly are delicious,
Oh shit.
so I cannot blame you for that.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I was not expecting to be asked that question, but thank
Here,
God
I'm
it was that one.
I'm currently sending you the characters that we have.
Okay, I can't look at them or I'll disappear from this page, but
Yeah, you can yeah, they'll be there for you. They'll be whenever you want.
okay, thank you.
Jesus, my bad. Alright.
I don't have a fancy computer like you guys, so I'm just from my cell phone.
All right.
It's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, this is fine. Right, where were we? Shit.
Talking to Stamos,
Right.
Talking to the pickle dude.
the pickle demon.
He
That's what we're
recently,
gonna call him.
I recently got back into liking pickles, so I have a strange reason.
Is this Carlo or is this Stamos?
This is Stamos.
Okay.
I recently got back into pickles, yes.
Well, I've liked pickles my entire life. No wavering or deviating from the pickle path whatsoever. Although I do prefer lemons, but pickles are delicious as well.
I would call you a traitor, but lemons are fine in my book.
Although lemons have to have salt in them. If the lemons don't have salt, then I would say my favorite are pickles.
Yeah, you really have to make sure you get that lemon taste right.
Oh,
The accent is fading away. Yeah, you guys are...
you gotta have that energy.
Yeah. It's just too late for me to say fuck a lot. But anyways,
Basically, that's basically what he says all the time. You could literally replace every word with "fuck" and it would not change the story at all.
but yeah, you guys are free to take a rest, or you can have conversations, or whatever you want to do. I imagine that Hilaire is pretty exhausted, though.
Yeah, I think. How long has it been since she passed out?
I'd say having a conversation with Stamos, I'd say like 5 minutes or so.
Then she'll just stay asleep.
All right. Lyra, you are in this room with a bunch of strangers that you just met.
Nice.
And they all seem to be bedding down for rest, as they find that traveling through the Nine Hills is more exhausting than you might think.
Well, I just had the complete opposite in mind. But, Crystalina Star, or I, decide to rest along with them. One of the perks of being dream traveling is that the hard floor is not nearly as uncomfortable as it would be in real life. And Crystalina Star is quite used to having to sleep outside and on rocks. So
I see.
She decides to lay down and rest with all of them.
All right. So, a couple hours go by. You all get in some beauty sleep. You do gain the effects of a long rest, by the way. So all your HP, all your stuff is restored, all your spells, blah, blah, blah.
Dream
Finally.
come true. Haha, good joke.
Wake
Yeah,
up.
no, I'm bad.
Let me find some music for this. You wake
Let me
up.
replace the.
Come on.
Sorry.
You can do it. Just load. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. You wake up the following morning. And it's kind of the very, very early hours of the morning. Maybe like 3 a.m. And you can tell that clearly even demons and devils need their nap time, as it doesn't seem to be that busy outside. Glancing out the window, it seems like a very dark but still hellish, fiery landscape for just miles upon miles. But you do see, or what you do hear, is kind of just these gentle footsteps just outside the door. Lyra, you are the only one who hears this. Hilaire is asleep.
I stay in bed listening to the footsteps and automatically alert, as I always am when I dream travel.
All Alright. Hear the kind of footsteps shifting the wood and as it creaks. You hear it's not just a single person, as traveling alone in the Nine Hells would be foolish, but maybe 5 to 6 individuals as they kind of search the premises of the tavern. You hear one kind of deeper, kind of Scottish accent of a voice. It goes, "Listen, find the warlock, and that bard, and that dream-traveling monk, whatever she calls herself. As far as the sorcerer goes, she's mine. Do you understand?"
At this, I immediately, quietly and carefully go to wake the others,
Okay.
covering their mouths as I do so to make sure they do not make any noise as they wake,
Okay.
as a warning to what is going on.
Gotcha. Alara, you are woken by a very scared Crystalina.
Shh, be quiet. I don't know what's going on, but there's some people in this tower or wherever we are looking for us. And they don't seem to be the good kind.
I told you
Sure.
the sorcerer is mine. We discussed this. But I don't get to eat very many spellcasters. They have a warlock, and a monk, and a bard. Oh, I want that monk. Sounds tasty. Just get on with the mission already. Have you cleared that floor? Not quite yet, sir. How slow do you have to be moving? Goodness. It's like I have to do everything myself. You hear kind of the brandishing of a very large metal weapon. And just more footsteps.
Okay. Is there the other two awake?
Celtus?
No, I've just woken you.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go over to Celtos and like do the same thing you did to me.
Okay.
I go to the other person.
Alright.
Are there 4 people in total?
Yes.
Yeah, just me, you, Stamos, and Celtos.
Okay. So I go over to wake the other person,
Alright.
doing so the same way as I did Hilera.
Oh, what in the... What are you doing?
There are people looking for us. Please be quiet, I whisper.
Celtos. Celtos. Shh, shh, shh. Just come with me. There are people looking for us.
You can feel him shaking, and you can see his hand visibly shaking as well. Alright.
Hey, calm down. Calm down.
I'm scared.
Here. Out.
I'm so scared.
Just come on. Hey. I say it to the group.
Alright.
Hey, just grab on. I can just fly us away.
All 4 of us? I whisper.
I can take probably 2 at a time, but I'm pretty. Wait, Stamos, don't you
Wait,
have the
can't.
broom?
I have a broom of flying, but...
Am I allowed to like fly with my airbending powers? Because Crystalina could sort of do that.
Yeah, you do actually have a skill that lets you do that.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I would like to do that.
Alright. You guys all begin to fly out the window. Hilera, make me a perception check. See what you hear. Just as you
what happened to my character? Hang on, let me pull it up. I had it as like I saved it. I don't know what happened to it.
It's somewhere around here,
Found it. There it is.
under this dirty pile of unused documents.
Yes. Not far enough. Not far at all. Anyway, perception.
Nice. You hear what seems to be... What? You hear what seems to be a voice that sounds exactly like the tiefling you were fighting yesterday. As it lets out a loud scream, and it seems to... you can hear it grab onto something and just let out this horrid, stressed scream. Please stop! Please! I can't take it! No! Stop! And that same kind of flamboyant yet masculine Scottish voice goes, listen, it's all part of the process. Everyone goes through the taming, alright? It's not that big of a deal. You said, I know what I said. I know. Clearly you've never been lied to before. Please, stop this.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna say to the group, okay, Saldos, go with Stamos on his broom.
Okay. Wait, where are you going?
You all go. I'm gonna go help. What's her name again?
This is
What's her name again?
Delina?
Christelina?
No. I'm talking about I'm talking about like the tiefling girl that I fought.
Fyra.
You said that's the girl that.
Fyra.
Oh, it was Fyra that was screaming. Oh, I thought because you said the tiefling that you fought yesterday, and I thought you were talking about the one that I challenged.
Oh no, this is your sister.
Wait,
Okay, well then, I'm gonna, yeah. So, I'm gonna go and help her.
It's dangerous.
okay, good luck.
Okay, just
Yeah, no,
Would you like me to go with you?
no. You
I whisper.
you need to go with them. I got
Is this for me to be safe or to help keep them safe? Because
both?
if you stay behind here alone, it seems like you need me more than they do.
we'll be fine.
Not sure how much help I'll be, but it's better than being alone.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I agree with her. You shouldn't do this alone. If you're gonna do it,
God damn it. Fine. Okay. Saltos, just go with Stamos.
okay. He hugs you very tightly. It feels as if he's ready to say goodbye.
I hug him back.
Right. Stamos gives you both a nod and flies out on his broom. Alright.
All right. I hope you're good at combat.
Well, I was before, but like I said, my powers are quite unpredictable, so let's hope that I can be of some help.
We shall see. All right. Come on.
I
We're gonna,
follow Hilera. I'm following Hilera, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Following me. But so I'm just gonna kind of like, okay, well, whenever the scene leads up to that point, whenever you're like finish. Basically, what I'm saying is, whenever the scene leads up to that point, we're gonna like bust through the door and we're gonna help out Fyra.
Fast forward, you open the door, look down the hallway, you see a few of these strong sword-wielding men, some spears, some scythes, some halberds, using lanterns to kind of light the dark hallways of the tavern, and searching. Where could they have possibly gone? You head down the stairs. Both of you make me stealth checks.
Both of us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stealth.
Mm-hmm.
What is with me rolling good rolls? I'm starting to think you are giving me good luck. Because usually, whenever you're not here, and like whenever it's just me and the rest of the group, I roll shit. But you're giving me luck.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's good.
I never roll as good. This is like the first
I'm
session
trying
I've ever
to
had.
click on my character sheet, but my name is kind of just hovering
Oh.
every time I do, in like a kind of transparent
Oh shit.
way.
Oh, if it's transparent, you just double click the transparent thing and it'll open up again.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so stealth check. Let me see. Where is that?
Oh shit. There
I
we
think
go.
it's at the bottom of survival.
Mm-hmm. Should be
Yes.
in the skill box.
No, it's right. Yeah, right above survival.
Oh shit.
Did I accidentally click something else?
That's fine. You should see on the left-hand side in the box that says skills. stealth dex.
Okay, found it. Stealth.
Yep.
Whoops, I
Give that a
accidentally
tap.
clicked something else.
That's fine.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So, pretty good. You managed to sneak past these two individuals and head down the stairs. And as you push open the... Do you want to push open the door or you want to kick it down?
Kick it down.
I
well-
decide to push it open because that way I can attempt to avoid making more noise than necessary.
Okay.
Well, heck, this is heck, Hilara's gonna try to kick it down because, well, first of all, if we go through the door anyway, we'll be spotted. So because I'm gonna be helping Fyra, but mostly just this is her sister, even though she was a dick earlier. Even if that even was her back there. So yeah,
Alright.
she's gonna
Okay.
kick down the door.
Gotcha.
Well, I stand back and watch as Hilara kicks down the door
Gotcha.
without a second thought.
All right. You watch as she leaves this kind of footprint in the door, and it hits the ground with an impact, and you see kind of these many particles of wood and dust scatter on the ground. You see a purple-skinned elf with neck-length hair, not the same one as Asenzo, but looks a bit similar. It's not Zifan, to your knowing, but he does have these glowing red, beady eyes. Kind of this, seems to be carnival-esque outfit with these brown trousers and this white undershirt with a kind of red sash, for lack of a better term, running down it, and a scythe at his back. As he looks over towards both of you as you bust down the door. There you are. Sticks out his hand, and you see on kind of his forearm, there's the tattoo of an eye. I need both of you to make me strength saving throws, please.
Okay.
Do I see Fyra anywhere?
You do see her kind of on her knees on kind of, I wouldn't say a table, but kind of like a bar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the strength saving throw?
This one is above the skills box. It's, yeah, I should say
Right. It's right. It's to
Oh,
yeah, to the left
found
of
it.
the current hit points. Yeah.
yeah.
Watch how you roll like a massive yo. Oh, never mind.
All right. As you kick down the door, and this eye seems to glow, and both of your muscles seems to completely just lock up in place, and you are hold person. As
Ah,
he walks over with this kind of finger on his chin. Interesting. Perhaps. Look at that. 2 for the price of 1. I like that. He brought a friend along. It's quite interesting, no? You stay right there.
let them go.
Nestrin!
Let them go.
I'm not gonna listen to you. I don't care what you say. Nestrin! Bring the rope.
Are we both frozen?
That you are. Your muscles are kind of locked up completely. As
Okay.
he calls out.
Good thing I don't need muscles to cast spells. Right.
Nestrin! The rope, I said. Right, right. Don't be so impatient. Walks over, brings this rope around your body, and kind of ties it around your mouth and ties it off, and sets you on your knees next to your sister, who seems very scared. And this odd elf figure walks over towards Crystalina. Oh, my. What a selection. We don't get many dreamers. Kirill, do you see the value in this? Honestly not. You're young. You'll understand when you're older. Nestrin, this one too, please. Got it. Brings this rope around your body, ties it off, and ties it off around your mouth. Listen. Since you so clearly want to interrupt, I will let you watch as your sister suffers the very, shall we say, initialization, induction of our little group. Do you know of a ritual called the taming? Doesn't matter because you can't talk. Listen. The taming is a ritual that we use to signify to our God that we are truly his servants. And dear Fyra puts a finger on her chin, points it up. Dear Fyra is quite voluntary in this. And so you get to watch. This process involves usually glimpses of a past life and glimpses of all their life mistakes and glimpses at new life. Her name, her identity, will be erased, and her true name will be revealed to the universe. Your sister is gone, and honestly, you should be thanking me for all that she's done to you all these years, when she's crossed you and made you think that you could never possibly be related. Now, you get to watch sweet and utter revenge. His arm eye seems to glow, and Fyra calls out past the rope, seeming to be in quite a lot of pain, as she wants to put her hand on her head, but she's just struggling against this rope.
Okay, quick question. The whole person, does that stop me from casting spells?
It would, because you have to move to cast a spell.
Well, I mean... Oh...
Unfortunate.
Wait, do I need to move to cast fear? Because, like, that at least it. I mean, like...
Let me check it out.
Because I know that, like, you know...
Oh, no. Yeah, you can, well, whole person, I would say, would end by now, but you are tied up. But you can go ahead and try and cast fear, yeah. Alright, so he needs to make a... What kind of save? A wisdom save. $18. Okay. You see, actually, I shouldn't have rolled that. You see, an eye on, let's say his forehead this time, opens up and he turns his head towards you. Just sit and look the way you do, as the magic that seems to jolt from your hand just dissipates. Naughty, naughty. No more magic, right? Let's keep it on an equal playing field.
Is there a way I can grab a flame and, like, burn the rope around me? Like, burn the rope?
Sure. Oh yeah, control flame, why not? You begin to burn the rope around you, and it kind of singes as he... you see... What's his name again? Kirill. This Earth Genasi figure walks over, and this kind of eye on the back of his right hand glows again and stops it. Listen to the man.
Huh?
Did you not think...
So it didn't work?
Did you not think we developed ways to fight magic? Goodness. Well, in any rate, I don't suppose we see the use in you, but you've seen a little bit too much. So, we're going to keep you around. Daughter of Fire. Don't know a cool nickname that they call you, but we'll keep you around as well. We just want you to sit and think, much like a child in timeout. Alright? And you see him
Last
turn,
resort.
You see him turn to Fyra. Alright, darkness. You see Nestrin.
Because the eye can't see me if I'm in, darkness.
You see Nestrin as soon as you cast it. And then the darkness seems to wrap into itself. As he speaks, the resistance just makes it so much less fun. God, please just sit there. It's not that hard of a task. All right. Well,
Is he close to me?
the guy.
Yeah, is he like close to me, like saying that?
He is kind of in your face, putting a finger on your chin.
Got it. All right, I'm gonna headbutt him in the face.
I want this one. I want this one specifically. This is the sorcerer I was telling you about. Can't believe I forgot. What'd you say about a new tattoo, huh? What'd you say about a new identity, huh? Oh yeah. The silent type. Bring them! Pats your
He has the ropes, you can't really tell.
He pats your head. At any rate, I can forget about that and forgive you. But Fyra's taming should be done. In any case, we keep her like this, and we keep these two like this. And we move in the carriage. You do know where the portal is, right? Of course. Then take us there, you fucking idiot! Alright. They all head out to a carriage, and you see Kirill, the one that canceled out your control flames, kind of sets you in the back of some kind of vehicle, some kind of carriage. It seems to be open, maybe
Kick
25 feet on any side. You wanna kick him?
Yeah, I'm gonna like just try to kick him somewhere.
Okay. Ugh! Your foot makes contact with his stomach. Listen, I actually wasn't as rude as the other ones. I was going to take that gag off of your mouth, but I don't think you deserve it anymore. Maybe you do. Crystalina. Maybe you do. You haven't crossed me. You've been quite compliant this whole time. Takes this rope away from your mouth, and you can freely speak again. As this person, Kirill, calls out. Right, that should be the last of them. What do you mean? Where are the warlock and the bard? Gone. You fucking lost him? It's fine, they're marked. We know where they are. All we have to do is find him, fight him, and bring him down. You marked him? How slick can you be? Oh, it took a long time for that warlock. Yes, he's quite a headache. Well, I have to commend you. Not many water genasi's are like you, Zen. Turns towards the carriage. Closes the door. And hits the horses, and it seems to be moving. All right. You guys have just been kidnapped. What do you do?
Well, anybody around me can hear a muffled son of a bitch.
All right.
She's gonna panic and try to jump herself out of the moving thing. I don't know, because when she heard that they marked them.
Am I shackled, or is it like a spell that is preventing me from moving?
You are physically shackled by ropes.
Okay. Am I connected to the wagon, or am I just tied?
Sorry about that. You are just simply tied.
So I can stand up?
You can certainly try.
Okay, so I attempt to stand.
All right.
Kind of wriggle over to Hilera,
Alright.
and very awkwardly and embarrassingly remove her mouth gag with my teeth.
Make me a strength check.
A what check?
Strength check. So open. It should be the one, not the one in the saving throws, but the one on the far left that says strength. I think there's a sim modifier anyways. So you make your way, you stand up, you do feel kind of this magical pull back towards your sitting position, but you fight it and walk over towards Hilera, kind of hobble, and you do manage to successfully pull off her mouth gag, but now you feel kind of underneath you, there's this bar that seems to emit from the floor and keep your ankles just kind of in a sitting position next to her. And Hilarious thing for you too.
God damn it. They know where
So,
they are.
I whisper, we've just been kidnapped. And I believe that your friends are in trouble as well, if my ears have not deceived me.
Hang on. All right. So, how good are their sensing abilities? Like if they were to hear, well, if they were to feel a magical spell, like how far? Like what are the limits on that? Like, can I like just do a spell here and they wouldn't even notice?
You could experiment with like a cantrip, or you could make me a history check.
Here, I can cast. How is? I'm gonna cast light. Like I'm gonna emit like a small little light, a little bit of light,
Alright.
and I'm gonna see if that works. To see if they can sense it.
Alright.
Just
Using
well,
the light
you could
cantrip.
just be like, you know,
Okay.
yeah, just to see if it'll work.
This light appears in your hand and seems to light up the darkness. You feel for a second as though you're being watched, and then you hear a voice in your head. It seems kind of wispy, kind of like the breath comes first before the word. I wouldn't try that if I were you. The light disappears.
God damn it, we're stuck here, and they're still in danger.
I wonder what they want with us. I'm very, very curious about that.
She's also kind of panicky.
Hilera, calm down. We're gonna make it out of this. I promise you that.
They're still out there. And Salthos, he's
Well, we're not gonna make it out of here by panicking, that's for sure. Not that I blame you.
he's just a boy. Both of them.
How old are all of you, by the way?
Well, Salthos is 13. Stamos is 17. I'm 501.
Oh, damn.
Pretty
Well,
much all
I'm
the same
18.
age.
So, Hilera is 513?
No, 501.
501, and how old is Stamos, the pickles dude?
17.
Nice. It's good to have someone else that's my age.
And yeah,
Okay.
Salthos is 13. Well, Anya is how old?
I do not
503.
And Ray's your
6. 17.
6.
He's,
Speaking of which,
he's
where
6.
are they?
You have no idea.
I hope she's okay as well. She says under her breath.
I'm sure they're fine. And if they're not, we'll make it out of this and help them.
I don't even know how though. We can't even use magic, or even you can't even use your combat punching things. I don't know what you do, but you can't use them because we're just tied up.
Well,
And
Normally
Anyways.
I'd be a lot cooler, but my powers go all out of whack every time I visit somewhere new, so I'm not really sure what I can and can't do anymore.
What did they do to my sister? Do you have it? Do you know?
Well, to me, it kind of seemed like brainwashing. And that is really creepy to me, and my heart feels like it has stopped, which I know it is not, but that really does not please me at all.
Do you know if it can be reversed?
I do not, but I can only hope that it can. She's your sister. I can only imagine that she loves you. I mean, I don't think she wants to be brainwashed, so I think there could be hope.
Oh, you know, can you do me? Out of character. You think I can talk to Cord? Because like he knows me a lot more
I
than
mean,
Saltos.
you guys are bros.
Yeah, right.
Unless,
All right.
I mean, do you have a way of contacting him?
Yes. Crystalina, if you don't mind, this is gonna sound like an odd question, but I'm gonna need you to punch me until I knock out.
I can attempt to kick you, but my hands are tied.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. All right. Here, how about this? I'm gonna just hit my head against the floor of the wagon.
Without warning, Crystalina Star gives a massive kick to Hilarious head.
I get hit in the head by the truck and you at the same
So
time.
you're
Yeah,
like-
that should knock me out. That should knock me
So
out.
you're
I
like-
ram Hilarious head into the wall.
So you're
I
like,
ram Hilarious head into the wall.
hilarious. You're like, hilarious. Like, I got this. Don't worry, guys.
And then all of a sudden you just
Yeah. Right?
Down.
And you knock out, and you are filled in this. You appear in this endless black void. You see just the same purple elf. It says that God doesn't exist anymore.
don't.
That God doesn't exist anymore. I don't even know what God you're talking about. Ta-ta!
Okay.
Snaps and you
I'm gonna
wake
say
up.
it in my head. What? That should have worked.
Hilarious perception check.
And meanwhile, she's gonna like scream out, "God damn it!" She's gonna slam her hands on the slam her hands on the floor of the truck.
Alright.
What was it again?
Perception. You hear, kind of just like as you're slamming your palms against the truck, you hear, "Halt! What now, God? I just want to get home. It's not that much of a task to do. Listen. Goodness. All wagons with such a, shall we say, equipment carrying vehicle must be investigated by me, just to ensure that you're not carrying any illegal product. Fine. Check out all you want. You're not gonna find anything. Fine. You know why I'm doing this, right? Yes, because you're fighting Asmodeus and you're having a temper tantrum. It's not a temper tantrum. Fine. You hear this loud clacking of heels on this hellish landscape walking towards the truck. And he opens the doors and you see where is it? This creature. It's really small, but there we go.
That called.
It's this creature.
Oh my.
Am I
fuck.
supposed to be looking at something?
I should be on the screen. It should be a token. I don't know why my mouse
It's-
is acting.
It's
so weird.
not.
There we go.
Is this the same person?
Yes. It is Archduke Zerial of Avernus. This white skin with these pointy ears and this purple clad armor, this flaming crown, and these chains as weapons, just all completely adorning her body as she speaks. Well, doesn't seem like there's anything suspicious in here. And she brings her kind of hand in closer. Listen. There's not much I can do now. The power of the divine are even counted by those eyes. So, I can't do much. But I heard about your father. And I'm sorry. And there's not much time for conversation, but he would want you to have this. Yes. It's the truth.
Wait, hang.
He would. There's not much time for conversation. Just he would want you to have this. She takes off her cloak, and you see there's kind of this symbol of a sun on the back of it that radiates. And she hands you it. It seems to be kind of purple, and there's this yellow at the very tail, and there's these emeralds encrusted inside, and it seems to kind of crackle and shimmer this fire-based energy. If you would head over to the newspaper for me and scroll down to Vestiges of Divergence.
Oh.
All right. This is the Cloak of the Sunwalker. It is in the dormant form, so you gain the properties of the first form. This is the Sunwalker's cloak. It enables the power of fire, and considering you're the daughter of fire, you should probably have something like this. Besides, I can hold my own against the Prince of the Seventh. So, your father would want you to have this.
She's gonna cry, and, like, almost like just out. She knows that she needs to be quiet. She knows she needs to be quiet, but she's like gonna try to hold everything in and just shed a few tears.
Right. I know it's painful, but all I know is the taming that they've done to Fyra. Someone did something similar to your father, and now he's dead. But
Is it reversible at least? Okay, if we get to her fast enough, is it reversible? Oh, very good.
it may be reversible, but I truly don't know. This is something that goes farther than me in history. I'm sorry.
Why now? Who's doing this? What did we do to deserve this?
I don't know. I don't have the answers. But all I can do is wish you the best of luck. She slams the doors closed and walks to kind of the front of the vehicle. Right, you may pass. Finally, that took a while. You make your way over towards what sounds from the inside like a portal. And you cross it, and you, even from inside a truck, can feel how it kind of jolts it up, and then you're sitting again. And then you feel that you have arrived back in Wild Clouds, Exandria. Just love that air. And after a few hours, unless you guys want to accomplish anything over that time, over those few hours, the carriage is driven towards an unspecified location. What you do know is that when you do emerge from the vehicle, and I will switch something up really quick. When you emerge from the vehicle, as opposed to a hellish landscape, which you were used to, it is very cold, and it is snowing. All right. Sway opens the door and takes you by the arms and leads you inside of this elaborate palace. Takes you down some stairs. You see this very obvious, very frequent eye symbology just covering the wall completely. They take Fyra to a different room, and you begin to hear her screams again. You are led down the...
I'm gonna resist.
Alright, make me a strength check.
If my thing will load. Alright, strength check, you said. Did that work? Hang on.
Unfortunately not.
Oh.
As you begin to struggle against the ropes, you feel him kind of tighten his grip on you. Walk down the stairs and are led to these cellars, where you see these kind of very suffering individuals. Many elves, dwarves, tieflings, humans. They don't seem to discriminate in the people they select. But they sit you down in a cellar, two cellars, and they are separated by a stone wall. They close the door, and the main guy that kind of held person you and led to this entire thing, walks over towards you. He has this fur coat on over his clothes now. He kind of shivers. Well, ladies, you would think that being fire-related in your powers, you would find it quite warm to be around you, but I don't find it that radiant. I just want to chat and
Freeze to death, son of a bitch.
I just want to chat and have a conversation with you, if that's alright. He sits crisscross applesauce just outside of both of your cells so that he's visible to both of you. Listen, alright? I just want to have a chat. I could give you whatever food you like or whatever drink you want. Just be sure to mention it, but I just want to get to know you better, that's all. See, I have no harmful intention or malicious purpose here. I'm just trying to get to know you better, that's all.
Yeah, that's exactly what one of the characters in a comic book I was reading said, but they were basically doing it so that they wouldn't be hurt.
A comic book?
Yeah, never mind about that. Just know I don't trust you.
Can't imagine why. I mean, I'm a very inviting person.
Yeah, you seem like a very inviting person, but I don't know you, and I don't trust you as a result. Plus, you just helped kidnap me, so...
My name's Melindrok.
Are the ropes?
Sorry. My name...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Is it, Oh, I'm sorry, you go ahead.
My name's Melindrok. I lead a group called the Many. It started as a branch of the Clare Orders, but the god that we follow was shunned, and we formed our own group, our own alliance as a result. That's my story. What about you? I know about the Door of Fire, but never seen someone like you, Miss Crystalina.
I come from a world where ogres and elves and gnomes and dwarves and anything else that exists in this world that is magical does not exist, or at least not anywhere that would be visible to the naked eye. So I'm quite normal, actually. I'm a dream traveler, as you, I am sure, know, since you kidnapped me for that very reason.
I wouldn't say that's
I
the
can
reason.
go anywhere I want as long as I'm sleeping.
It's an interesting power.
Pretty much.
But I don't think that's the reason we selected you. But, I mean... go
Okay,
on.
so mind you telling me why I'm here?
Well, first of all, you interrupted our very fun taming ritual which was being performed upon your sister Fyra. And, well, first of all, it's a bit of an induction ceremony. You see, blood hunters of our profession need to be shown the right way to exist. And so, we've given her glimpses of her past life and a new life, which could be accessed upon the completion of a brand new identity. Think of it as kind of a table, right? You've got a table. It's just a nice table. You could put dinner plates on it. You could put many decorations upon it. But with the taming, you take essentially a drape and put it over the table, and so it's completely changed. Not a brand new table in general, but it's new.
Oh, I see. So basically, all I've got to do is remove the drape.
There's no...
Not really sure how I'm going to do that, but...
And we wouldn't let you, because with the taming, we hope to make the world a better place.
Unfortunately, acting like you're the best in the world and taking over by enforcing your own rules never ends well and definitely does not make the world a better place.
Well, first of all,
I hope you can realize that one
I'm not
day.
acting as if I'm the best. I just one day realized my own potential and my own moral superiority, although I hate to use that term, and acted upon it. Obviously, there's a lot to be said about calling yourself better than everybody else, but I've been told countless times by people that I've met that I'm quite intellectual, quite smart, ideological, principled, moral, ethical, all those very good adjectives.
Fuck off. You're
How
not.
about egotistical? I'll give you that word to add to your collection.
Feels like you're projecting a little bit. I would use
Yeah, I might be.
pride. I would use prideful. I like that term. a lot better.
Prideful, actually. Yeah, that does quite describe you a lot better.
Well, in any case, the most simplified version is I'm just following my interests. I'm just doing what I want to do. And we all do that. I mean, Miss Hilera, you want to start a family, and to do that you have to take down that dark god. And
And I can't do that right now, can I?
Crystalina, you want to... That's an odd quest, but you want to find that elf. And we all follow our own interests. We all do what we want to do. And it's a bit jarring to say that I can't have my own creative freedom over my life. It's a bit restricting.
Unfortunately, the freeness to do whatever you want turns sour when that means fucking with other people. So, yeah.
I'm not fucking with other people. Fucking with other people would be taking away their freedom, or taking away from their happiness, or taking something away from them. I'm not taking anything away
Son
from
of a
you.
bitch, you just did that.
I do not feel happy right now. I do not feel free right now, and I most certainly do not like you.
Well, the feeling's mutual, but honestly, I don't feel like I've taken anything from you. This whole time you could have fought back. I mean,
What about
you
my
had
sister?
the power. Your sister?
What about my sister?
But aren't you happy? Isn't this what you've always wanted?
That's my sister.
She crushed you on multiple occasions. She
But
deserves
she changed.
this. No one can really change.
You deserve and you deserve to burn in hell.
Isn't that
Just
just...
wait until I get out of these shit.
It's
Just wait until I get out of this cell.
It's just so
You'll be the
ironic.
first one.
How funny.
You'll be the first one to die slowly.
You are a funny woman. Can I treat you to steak, a burger, maybe some tea, some water. It's been a while. I think
gonna-
5 hours since we've
I'm
traveled.
gonna. Ow. I'm gonna spit in his face through the bars. Fuck off.
Okay.
Gonna go to the back of the cell.
All right. Well, how about you?
I do no such thing, but I do pretend to be fishing something out of my pocket and pull out my middle finger and then smile sweetly at him.
Hold on. What are you?
That's funny. I like.
There's no need to be so mean about it. I mean, I've treated you with respect.
You know what? You're right. I'll treat you with as much respect as you treat me.
There we go. That works. Right. Well, ladies, I believe we've had a good chat. Do you have any questions for me, for the many?
I do. When do we get out of the cell?
When we decide.
And when might that be?
Whenever.
This is going nowhere.
Leave us. Desert Thane. No, I doubt you know who that is. At least he didn't do what you were doing.
He? Desmond Thane? Are you referring to the Bright Queen? That's the name of the
All
Bright
of
Queen.
them. Dumb as usual. Just leave me.
Alright, well, you two share stories. I'll be back whenever. If you do want water or food, you can just be sure to yell. Someone will come running. Okay.
Away from us.
Okay.
Now.
Alright. I'll see you around. He kind of winks towards Hilaire as he walks out. And you hear up the stairs, maybe 45 feet, the loud closing of a steel door.
So, he was kind of creepy. I have to say, I got chills.
Okay, so, we already left. Oh, basically, when we're in the cell, do we have the ropes taken off of us?
Yes, you are pretty much free to hobble around.
Okay. So, is there anything stopping us from casting spells? Just seeing.
Make a perception check.
Okay. This is not. You've never done it something like this before. Don't even. Stop it.
I miss playing that guy. Oddly enough, when
I can tell. I can really, really tell.
No. But he's never done something like
I'm
this.
gonna have nightmares with your face in it tonight.
He's never done anything like this before. He's
I do
like,
not doubt that.
Hilaire.
the worst he's done to me is capture my love interest.
Oh, it's
That's-
gonna go downhill from here.
Don't even. Oh my.
You see, even with a 4 perception, you see a glaring eye on the back of the wall.
If I turn away from the eye,
You can certainly try.
I turn away from the eye.
Okay. You are now turned away from the eye. What do you do?
Can I make a perception check to see if there are any more eyes I should be be worried about?
Yeah, go ahead and make another. Oh wow.
Ooh, nat 20. That's
Nice.
They love to see it.
You see that there are many kind of stone pillars holding up the ceiling, and on each and every single one, there's one there. There's also one on each stone wall that kind of separates the cells, as well as one on the back of every cell inside.
What the hell are we supposed to do? I don't know what to do. I usually do know what to do, but if we're being watched and I'm not even allowed to cast a spell, I don't know what to do. Oh
this.
man,
Yes.
Stamos, where are you?
There's ways out of this scenario.
I wish DM were here. He would know what to do. God damn it.
At that,
Okay.
you hear
I can't do anything. There's literally nothing I can do.
you hear the metal door open. These fucking idiots thought they could get away. Alright. Come on. Down the stairs we go. That's right. Hey, look! It's your friends, the Warlock and the Bard. These ones are the ones you traveling the Nine Hells with, trying to see your father, yes? They're not going anywhere.
Stamos? What happened?
He got the jump on us.
Well, look on the bright side. At least we're all together now.
There's no bright side. Salthos, are you okay?
You see the guy behind him kind of shove him forward and then pull him back.
Leave him alone!
Not listening to anything you say. That cell down there, I don't want them to be able to talk to each other. They don't deserve it. Right, got it. Ta-ta. Melindrock heads up the stairs and Kirill makes his way, and opens 2 cells and shoves each of them in. You hear the familiar sound of Eldritch Blast being forced towards Kirill. And they just don't do anything. It's less of the eye canceling them out, and you look down the hallway and they're just straight up passing directly through him. And just hitting pillars. What you do notice is that one such pillar adorning an eye seems to fall down. And the ceiling does crumble a little bit, but considering the remaining pillars, they're just fine. As they are forced into their cell. And Kirill, this orc, walks past your cells and kind of gives you a side-eye, nods, and walks away.
Are we able to talk to each other?
Yep. You see them maybe 35 feet down the hallway in cells.
Oh. Then it won't be as impactful if I say it here. Then, because, I have to yell it out
Yeah.
across the... So never mind.
You can certainly try.
I'm not... Because it's not gonna be as impactful if I have to yell it across the freaking space and time.
Hey, Stamos! What would you guys like to do?
She's just.
At this point, Crystalina Star decides to go to sleep and attempt to talk to her guides to see if they can tell her anything at all.
Alright.
Or to maybe see if her unpredictable dream powers can at least try to give a hint on how the hell to get out of this place. So she lays down on the floor and starts trying to fall asleep.
Gotcha. Hilaria, you do hear kind of the snoring of Crystalina a single cell over, but Crystalina, it seems like you're kind of having this out-of-body experience where you're pulled away and you astrally project and you see the familiar elf form of Isenzo, who's kind of floating
Is that the
there.
guy that I met at the beginning of the story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Standing there, floating rather. He says, "Oh shit! What a weird kind of scenario. I never thought. Honestly, the eyes cancel out magic, and they're tattered all over their skin. And all the pillars and all the walls also adorn eyes. It seems to me like you're one of the only non-magic users. So you'll be the key to solving this trick or trap, but it's strange. I would say try to find a way, first of all, to get out of the cell and Those pillars with the eyes. They may be your key to getting out, but I might be wrong. Right. Well, I've got a meeting to get to, so gotta go. Snaps and disappears, and you wake up with a
Out of character question. Is my bending considered magic? Because I don't consider it magic. But
I will say, I wouldn't count it as magic. Technically, it's your key that allows you to use the elements. So yeah, it's fine.
I mean, isn't
so
that kind of how we
can
did
use my bending then? Because if I can use my bending, then I'm gonna attempt to use it to break out of the cell, basically.
All right. So.
Or
Let's
at
see.
this point, she's just about tired and she's just about done at this point. So she's just gonna just lay in the corner. We'll like slide her back against the corner, like her knees are up on her chest like this. She's just gonna think about how much she failed.
So Crystalina takes a deep breath, closes her eyes, and concentrates on her breathing for a while to calm herself in the situation that they're all in. Before standing up, walking to the wall that separates Hilera and her, which I'm assuming is made out of earth.
Yep.
Places both of her hands on it to try and kind of feel it.
All right.
And then breaks and then attempts to, well, if it's made out of earth, she successfully breaks the wall down and is connected.
And you cut.
Is now connected to Hilera.
Yeah, you cut the wall down. Hilary, you are jolted out of your sleep by the wall to your left, immediately crashing and crumbling down.
Okay, what happened? Well, I don't say that in character, but just like
I basically well, I have just successfully torn the wall down. Okay. So it seems like my powers are not actually blocked. That's good, because technically they're not powers. So I'm gonna try and break us out of this cell. Please be prepared in case I can do this, because we're gonna have to break the other people out too. And I'm not sure how soon they're gonna come running to look for us, or if they can even hear this huge hole that I just created.
okay, do what you must.
I
Side note.
walk towards...
Sorry. Side note. You have. The only thing I'm going to say is 1 out of 4. And I won't say that it's good that you're taking a step in this direction, but go ahead.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Good. We're keeping it a mystery until you reach 4, but here we go.
Okay.
Suspense.
I'll find it.
1 out of the
Okay,
4
so
endings.
I've got 1 out of 4. Great. So I walk towards the bars.
All right.
I'm assuming they're metal bars.
Mm-hmm.
I close my eyes once again and concentrate on my breathing and put my hands on the bars. And once I believe that I've reached the pattern, trying my best to mimic that one time that I did it, like the last time that I was imprisoned in one of my adventures, I successfully bend the bars back and create a hole.
Make me really quick.
Or I attempt to create a hole.
Yeah, Make me
Not
a-
sure if.
Yeah, you can try that. Make me a strength check. Dude, bending is super cool. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Was it magic when Joseph did the bending?
Technically, it was. We'll get into that conversation. Um, so you focus and you breathe, and you cut the bars, and you cut it to a point where you think you can fit without completely, unless you wanted to completely crumble the bars, but you cut a hole where you think you can fit, and Hilaria can fit too.
I'm basically just bending the bars back so that I can fit through.
Oh, gotcha. Oh yeah, easily enough. And you can squeeze right through.
Now that we are free, we run down the hall to the cage where everyone else is being held.
All right.
You said you burned down the. Oh wait, no, never mind. I can't even use the map. God damn it.
All right.
Oh.
You see Stamos and Saltos both inside of their prison cells still. They look very dehydrated.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Wait, Saltos has creates water.
It's a spell.
I mean, well. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, damn it! You do this
Okay,
to me.
but if Saldos has that, then basically all we have to do is break out and get away so that your guys' magic is not being affected, so they can use that. So, let's see. I suppose I try to do the exact same thing that I did to open the cage with the bars, so I'm assuming that I have to click the strength thing again.
Yeah, and click it twice because you're rolling with advantage because you've done it before.
Okay, so I clicked it twice.
All right. You rolled an 8 and an 11, which is unfortunately not sufficient to cut the bars open. You feel that it's a little bit more resistant to your bending this time around.
Maybe I can probably not do a spell and try. Maybe I could just try doing a strength check. Maybe that might. I don't know. I'm just gonna just. Should I just try it?
You can
It's not-
certainly try.
Hilaria's not the strongest, carrot in the patch, but it might work.
Go ahead and make me a strength check if you want to.
I clicked it. Hang on.
Wow.
Never mind.
That's
Forget I even asked. Forget that even like that was even a concept because
All right. Sorry, I'm just looking.
Okay, that didn't work.
No, did not.
So I suppose I will try and use my firebending to try and melt the bars a little bit so that I can bend them easier. Not sure how that would work.
All right. If you would take a look over at the chat for me, 2 out of 4. You use your palm to create this kind of fire to run it over the bars to make it kind of easier. And yeah, they do, as you put your hands on them afterwards, they do feel less resistant. You would roll again if you want to try iron bending again, or metal bending, excuse me.
I would like to attempt.
All right, click it twice because you're rolling with advantage.
Oh yes.
Ooh. All right. So having used the fire to make the bars less resistant, you trace the pattern and force a hole open in the prison cell, and Samus and Santos are kind of taken aback. They've never seen a power like this, and they feel a bit intimidated to walk out, considering that there's a bunch of, well, they think there's a bunch of traps within here, but they eventually do walk out of the holes. And Saltos is like, "Thank you," and walks over and pulls you in for a hug. Do you have any water?
Aww.
miss?
I unfortunately do not.
Wait, I think I have a
But,
water skin. I think I have a water skin. Yep, I do.
Oh,
I have 5 water skins actually. So here, I give Saltos the water skin, and I'll give one to Stamos too.
thank you. Oh, thanks, fucking finally. They both chug them down. But yep. You guys are now out of your prison cells. What do you do?
right.
We need to try and get out of here. Anyone have any ideas?
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Hang on. I'll read over this cloak of the No, the freaking. What is it called? The
Sunwalker.
Sunwalker cloak. All right. I'm gonna put that on first. Just just to put it on.
Gotcha.
Let me see. When the wearer is targeted by an enemy, they can.
So basically, you
Ooh.
have the damage, yeah.
So, okay, really quickly, question:
Mhm.
that when the eyes nullify the magic, does that okay? The process of nullification for that magic, does that cost magic to use?
Make me a history check.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Make me a history check.
Okay. It's not gonna work, but I mean, heck, why do we give it a try? I clicked it.
You can certainly go. You're not really sure.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Wyra. I mean, Crystalina. Sorry. I'm gonna say the same thing I said to you.
Could you repeat the same thing you said?
Okay. I said basically what I was saying is when the eyes nullify spells, does the eye require a certain amount of magic to produce that nullification? Basically.
Am I supposed to know the answer, or do I just answer however I?
Basically, history check.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a history?
Yeah, roll me a history check.
Basically, I failed, and I need you to cover my ass.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay. I think I found it. Whoops.
Hilarious, not
it's in the skills thing, right?
Yep,
Mhm.
it should be below deception.
Okay.
Oof, unfortunate. You're not really sure.
Mine was worse. Sorry.
Can I ask the same thing to Stamos? I mean, we have 2 extra people. Why not, ask them?
Oh
I'm
my!
just gonna do it. The history check.
You see, this
Stamos,
is
buddy.
this is this is what I have to put up with. Oh my gosh.
Shit,
Okay,
it's
oh well.
Pull this character sheet. Unless we all fail the roll.
If we all fail, I'm gonna call bullshit. You were rigging it.
Alright.
Because there'll be no. I mean,
Damn.
are you fuck? God damn it! Okay, hang on. Saltos, you're our saving grace here, buddy.
But I don't know.
I believe in. Oh no! Please.
Are
you
man?
Me. You did that over. Hang on a second.
What? How would I have done that on?
You did that on purpose.
How?
I don't believe you did that on purpose. God damn it! This.
I will
We
let
can
you
say that my
redeem-
dragon's back at the castle.
Yes, your dragon is
Say what?
completely lost. I will let you redeem yourself and make an Arcana check.
Oh, thank gosh. I mean, I'm the wrong person to make an Arcana check because you all know who's good at the Arcana checks around here.
Me.
Help.
12. Okay, you
No.
are able. 12 is sufficient. You know that the eyes, they are more of a passive thing. In combat terms, they are kind of a free action, but in lore, they don't require kind of thought. They just kind of go off. It's almost as if they have their own kind of thought processes. And if they see that the person that has the eye tattoos is in danger, They will do everything in their power to completely rid of that danger.
But does it cost magic from that entity's end to cover that?
It does not.
Fuck! God damn it. Okay, here. I'm gonna look at. Okay. And I can only use the first bullet note for right now.
Let me
For the Sunwalker's Cloak.
sorry, I'm pulling it up really quick. You can use the first two, and then at a certain point you will be able to awaken it. But, yeah.
Okay. Sorry if you guys can see my stupid face near the screen, but I need to see it.
We're like, gosh, you're so close.
When this. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay.
You see, as you have
This is pretty good.
Yeah, as you have metal bended your way out of your cells and are kind of walking around the hallways freely now. You see the many orcs and gnomes and goblins that you pass by are giving you rounds of applause. Clearly, it's not a very common thing to see people breaking out of their cells, especially metal bending the way you have.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to them and be like, shh.
Oh.
If this goes well, I will try my best to get all of you guys out too.
Thank you.
Don't get your hopes up though. I don't even know if we'll succeed, but if we do, just know I'll break you all out.
You see this kind of depressed goblin in the corner of his cell kind of go, yeah, well, that's the only hope-inspiring thing that's happened these last 10 years, so...
10 years?
Smokes a pipe. Yeah, 10 years. They chose me, told me I'd be tamed, never got tamed, and I've just been sitting here. They gave me water and food to live, but other than that, it is what it is.
It's alright. I'll get you. I will avenge you all the time that you've spent in here. I don't know a better way to put that in the sentence, because words.
Thank you kindly.
Damn.
Yeah.
Alright.
Crystalina says out loud.
Okay. So, you are free to go wherever you want. Sorry, I don't have a map, but...
Okay.
Does anybody have a map? Anybody?
We start aimlessly walking around,
Alright.
trying to think of what to do, and trying to memorize all the passages, walkways, so that we might figure out a plan.
Okay.
Stemos can turn invisible, right?
You can, yeah.
Is it possible if he touches one of all of us, can he turn all of us invisible?
Let me...
Invisible.
Let me check on the specifics of the spell. This is a real D&D session when you have to look up what the spell is. A creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on the target's person. Spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. And then when you cast a spell at a higher level, you can target more people.
Oh wait, it's a spell, isn't it? To actually cast the invisibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. This is frustrating. Oh.
Sorry to have gotten your hopes up.
Okay. You know what? I don't even know why you bothered reading that out. You
You do begin to memorize kind of the passageways. Every now and again, you will pass a pillar with the symbol of an eye. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hilaire, make me a perception check.
No. Alara, stop fucking around. Stop looking at that wall clock. They're not that interesting, goddammit.
Wow, this wall clock is pretty great.
Mm.
Okay. Roll me a d6.
Oh, you know it's never good when you ask to roll d6.
2.
literally the same exact roll. You know what? Go ahead. Tell me what I've lost.
You haven't lost anything, but you do feel
Yeah.
you do feel a bit strange, as if you're being watched. You eventually come to this kind of dead end hallway, and you see on the floor before you there's this candle that has kind of melted away at the base, though it's still lit, and it seems to be the only kind of light in the immediate vicinity. And you see just beside the candle is this cute little toy doll with simple red hair that seems to go down their mid-waist. She's wearing this red and white traditional ball gown, and she has this bonnet on her head. One of her eyes seems to be replaced by an eye patch, and she has these 3 little buttons on her mouth, as she has this kind of red bow tie that seems to droop down on her chest. And you see...
Never been a fan of dolls. Sounds like a Raggedy Ann doll the way you described it.
Yep.
And
I only know from the con.
you hear it, you both hear it in the back of your heads. It goes, it kind of sobs. It sounds like a child crying, and it goes, names, names. I can remember every name except for the one that I need. What do you do?
Whoa.
Who are you?
It doesn't speak, it just sits.
Describe this name. Oh, describe this person.
It just sits.
Well then,
Crystalina walks over to the doll,
Okay.
kind of squats next to it and stares,
Okay. It,
trying to make mental contact.
Gotcha. It vanishes and reappears directly behind you.
Whoa. No,
that's
that
not
kind of
personal.
startles Crystalina.
Sorry. What's going on?
That kind of startles Crystalina. As she kind of falls on her butt as she was kind of like kneeling anyways, and looks behind her to stare at the doll.
You just hear more baby girl crying in the back of your head.
Ew. This D&D or horror movie, guys.
At this image of the girl crying, Crystalina calms a bit, gets a little sad even, and thinks this doll thing might be trapped, trying to get out, or
Yeah, I'll be right back.
sad
Gotcha.
for some reason.
Okay. It speaks again. It kind of seems to cut out the baby girl crying, though. You do hear it speak. The breath comes first. Names. Names. I want names. What's your name? You see, kind of.
Is there
Sorry, go ahead.
is there a certain name you seek?
Make a persuasion check.
A what check?
A persuasion.
Persuasion. Oops. Okay, second one I clicked.
Gotcha. All right.
Hey guys, I'll be about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Honestly,
Hey, what's good?
almost-
What's good?
Don't even.
Damn.
Anyway,
Honestly, same for me because it's 12:19 here, a.m.
Oh, shit.
well, I'm gonna be back at this.
Okay.
But yeah,
Ask him, do he know what a fried Oreo is?